Hi, I'm Sam Griffin, VP of Engagement and Partnerships here at Rithum. And no, this is not AI. It looks a lot different than the past, but what we're not talking enough about is the past created a huge problem for our future. Brands have spent years optimizing their content for wherever that content needed to go. Google, TikTok shops, Amazon, Walmart, Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, different geos, Zalando, Auto, anywhere in the world. And that multiplied and fragmented brand identity in a way that we were okay to look past, because being successful on the channel meant real revenue, real profitability, and growth opportunities. So over time, brand was important, but it was easier to ignore if sales were coming in. And I watched so many successful brands that continued to grow get further and further away from their brand identity just to meet the channel requirements. Fast forward to today, AI synthesizes all of that information. And when it finds inconsistencies, it does one of two things. One, it just ignores the information that conflicts. It picks which one it likes. Or worse, it aggregates all of it and makes some assumptions about your brand. So the brands that we're working with don't just use our Rhythm IQ tools and solutions to create better headlines, descriptions, titles. They're using it to figure out where inconsistencies exist and then optimize at a whole so that they can still drive sales while also maintaining that consistency. What does a brand do if it realizes it has a fragmented identity, AKA it's not showing up well in AI? Really tempting to go do analysis. Throw it through an anomaly detector, try to surgically improve how a brand is showing up, but that's a waste of time right now. The most important thing a brand can do right now is get very clear on who actually owns product content. Because what I found is that the brands that struggle the most with consistency are the brands that have fragmented ownership. So start by following the listings life cycle. How does the brand get translated into a product listing, which gets automated and then optimized for the channels? Follow that life cycle, reverse engineer a system to drive consistent ownership, and then you will drive consistency in how you show up for AI. Last question, which is a very fair one, is if a brand does all of the work to regain their process for product listings to create more brand consistency, then what? The brands are flying completely blind. They don't actually know what's happening inside those algorithms or why. So the shift that I'm starting to see, that I'm pushing for actively with my partners, is more transparency back to the brands. Why the algorithms are making the decisions that they are, what consumers are needing or craving. What does the consumer experience look like now that these agents have a little bit more freedom and control? How are the chats changing the way my brand is showing up? So the bigger shift that needs to happen, that I am a huge advocate for, I'm very excited about, is more transparency and data from the channels themselves so that the brand can make better decisions.